Well, I should be out shoveling, but I think the snow is not going to stop. We are into a full winter storm here in Ontario, Canada, and it is cold and blustery, and all of this snow fell overnight and is going to continue through the day. What better day to head down to the Diecast room, rip open some brand new Greenlight. Hey guys, thanks for coming back. Today we're looking at new Greenlight products. At the time of filming, November 2021, I've got a sealed case of Hot Pursuit number 38, 6-vehicle set. I've just cracked the plastic. I haven't opened it up yet, so we'll see what's inside there. I've also got some nice exclusives. We've got the Golf livery tow truck, NYPD Chevy Blazer, the Chicago Fire Ford vintage van, and on top of that, some interesting SD and HD trucks. These are my top picks from each of the 3-vehicle sets, so we're going to look at those. Got the Canadian Postal van and the, what is this one? A Mac Anthem. Yes, and for scale purposes, let's check it out next to this Maisto Decisions International Lonestar. Let's start this off by checking out what is in the Greenlight sealed Hot Pursuit Series 38. Wow, green machine straight off the bat. 2020 Ford Police Interceptor Utility. Now, personally, I like getting green machines, but I also like when I get the regular ones. It's exciting to find the green machines, but the green wheels do look a little funny for the realistic collector. Nonetheless, it's exciting. It's like a treasure hunt. Next out, we've got the Nissan 2015 Nissan GT-R. So as you can see, the packaging is going to be the same on the back for each of these. We're going to get all these opened up, of course, after we take a quick look. This was a very popular model from this set and sold out very quickly. 2021 Chevy Tahoe Police Pursuit vehicle. I shouldn't say sold out, but in my local stores, that's the one that's always gone first. I really like the 1993 Jeep Cherokee with the California Highway Patrol. And the 1997 Jeep Cherokee from the New York City Police Department. We'll do a side-by-side on those two vintages of Jeep. And it's been a while since we've seen the 1974 Dodge Monaco making a return with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police. SD trucks. This is a pretty cool situation. Really like the Mac Anthem. Classic SD truck packaging. Series 10. Other vehicles in the set include the International Lonestar tanker truck and the Mack LR refuse truck. I think it was in blue. I'm not really sure. Maybe it wasn't blue. I have a lot of those other vehicles already. I didn't have a Mac Anthem, so it was time I picked one up. And from HD Trucks, we've got the 2019 Canada Post mail delivery vehicle. Very cool. Opening door, I think, on this one, so that's going to be neat to come out of the package. And nicely, on the HD Trucks, they actually have a picture of the other vehicle. So the flaming UPS truck, I missed that one. I couldn't find it, and that one, actually, I would have been interested in this whole set. I just was a little slow to act on those ones, perhaps. Then we've got the exclusives. 1969 Chevrolet C30 Dually Wrecker with push bar, some exciting orange tow gear, welding tire, and collision. Pretty basic stuff on the back of the exclusives. 85 Chevrolet K5 Blazer, the NYPD livery, the old school light bar on the roof. And then rounding out the mix, we've got Chicago Fire Department 1969 Ford Club van. Very cool, nice packaging. And a little blurb about the Chicago's finest on the back. You can pause there if you want. Let's get these opened up. We're also going to be opening up the Lonestar. We can just start with that one right now, actually. Get that opened up as it's just a box. You can pull it right apart. And what a beauty. Looks like we've got this little thing on the base. Oh, why don't they all have that? M2, you guys need to watch this. That's pretty cool. It's a little dusty. And it's kind of a lightweight vehicle. It's definitely doesn't feel as heavy duty as a Greenlight, but it's got the quality. You can see it's got an opening hood, and the paint is amazing. The chrome looks good for a kind of a value budgeted toy or collectible truck. It does really nicely, I would say. It's really quite a nice looking model, and the axles are perfectly straight and smooth. As you can see, it rolls quite nicely. And if I was collecting these trucks, if I was collecting 1/64 scale trucks in large quantities, I would seriously be looking at the Maisto design fleet. As you can see, there's two different paint jobs depicted. I saw many different paint jobs and different models of trucks to choose from in the store. I just chose to get one for the first time to kind of review them. Let's do that side by side with the Greenlight truck now. We're going to start with the Mac Anthem. And I don't think I've bought more than maybe one of these Mac Anthems in the past. It's been a while. I might have a UPS version of this truck. But it is a nice piece. I can see that already. Quite a heavy duty piece and lots of details that we can see already. We've got the mirrors on the side, the windshield visor, the little Mac Anthem dog emblem, transparent headlights, and a very detailed grille. Beautiful paint job actually as well. Chrome steps. Lots of chrome details on the back area as well with that chrome exhaust pipe. Very nice looking wheels. It does have a plastic base, but with all this sleeper cap, it's very, very heavy. And I would say they're actually about the same weight. There's no opening parts on this one, whereas we did see the opening hood. The hood and grille work on the Maisto version are a little less detailed than the Greenlight, as we can see, relying more on chrome plastic parts and less on paint and various plastic parts. But overall, these trucks are comparable in quality, I would say. Slight less quality perhaps with the finishing products such as the exhaust pipes on the Maisto truck, whereas this one's got like the perforations and whatnot that you would see on the exhaust pipes of these trucks, and the steps look maybe a little bit too integrated into the vehicle. Either way, this is a custom truck. It's obviously been customized with custom paint job and graphics, whereas this truck looks like it's more ready to go haul some loads. Let's check out the HD truck now. Postal van. And it's a beauty. I probably should have got more of this truck actually, but it's quite a nice truck. As you can see, lots of details with the mirrors, step out, great paint job, rivets actually cast into the die-cast body. It's got the back opening door, which opens up to show shelving in the back. Good functionality there. Has a plastic base as well, but this truck also rolls very nicely. It's got a little bit of a wobble, but it still rolls well, and a lot of heavy feeling to it, so it's got a good quality feel to it, and I really like it. I'm curious to know, where is this paint job most often seen in Canada, because my postal vehicles are just white. So it would be interesting to know where these trucks are for the most part. I imagine in cities. If you guys are in Canada and know, where have you seen these trucks? Let me know in the comments. I'd be curious to know about that. All right, let's get into the Greenlight Hot Pursuit. All right, so I've got everything pre-cut, pre-opened up. I did take each and every vehicle out of the package to give it a bit of a wipe with my microfiber rag. Get rid of that grease. It just takes too long to do that with each vehicle as we go. They are ready to come out of the package, but I do want to be honest, there are some typical problems that we see with Greenlight models, including a few wobbly wheels, lots of scuffed windows, glue on the paint, scratches in the paint. Otherwise, the models don't have any major deficiencies, which is nice to see. Nothing terribly glaring. So I will point those things out as we go, but keep in mind that's part of collecting Greenlight. In my experience now, they don't seem to be doing much about the quality control. Things aren't any worse or any really better than when Greenlight first came out over a decade ago. But they still do create incredible models. I think we can all agree. And that's the real reason why I keep collecting them. There's the sheer variety of models to choose from. And the Hot Pursuit series is truly one of my favorite sets to collect. I almost always get the full 6-vehicle set of Hot Pursuit. And it's not because I'm overly a police car enthusiast. It's just because it has a great range of cars with nice livery on the sides. I mean, the police decals do look good. And there's a nice selection. They usually feature some of their newest models in this line, including the Jeep Cherokees, for instance, and the Chevy Tahoe, the Ford Explorer or Expedition, whichever one that is. We're going to get everything out for the package review now. And the first vehicle coming out of the package, it's going to be the 2020 Ford Police Interceptor Utility Green Machine. And then all of the rest of the vehicles in the order that you see them here are coming out next sequentially, where we will finally park them all in the center of the table side by side. And so these are going to open up quick. Like I said, I've pre-opened everything, pre-inspected them, and pre-cleaned the greasy paint jobs that Greenlight often has. As you can see, there's a lot of like gluey, oily resin, which does get stuck on the inside of the windows at the factory in assembly. So there's no way to get it any cleaner than what you see in this video review. But a very nice looking model, very detailed, license plate. And I'm not sure, let's try a different focus length here. Got the new Samsung Galaxy 20 here doing a lot of the grunt work in this video. So hoping for higher quality filming and zoom ability on these highly detailed models, as there's just so many little things to look at. So these labels, the livery is so fine and some of the printing is so small that I can't actually even see it until I see it on the camera in front of me. And so anyways, we're going to zoom out one because that's struggling a little bit. There's the first one. It's a roller. That's nice. This is probably one of the highlights of the set. The General Motors Fleet, Detroit, Michigan, 2021 Tahoe Chevy Police Pursuit vehicle. And this is a big new casting. Only seen, I think, a couple of exclusives before this Hot Pursuit release. And as you can see, nice paint job on it. Nice graphics. It's got a good light bar, minor scratch or some sort of plastic knob or piece stuck to the inside of the window. Was unable to dislodge that, but other than that, this model's in great condition. And would have been nice to get a second one for some customs. It's got a bit of a wobbly wheel at the back, but it's nothing terrible. It still rolls nicely. And the scale, it's got that real imposing size that these Chevy Tahoes actually do in real life. Although the Ford Interceptor is also a rather large SUV. And moving to a smaller mid-size SUV, we've got the two Jeep Cherokees. I might as well just put them side by side for a moment. We've got the 97 and the 93. Both are four-door Cherokees. And we're going to see the differences between this New York City Police Department and the California Highway Patrol. If there's any year-by-year variations, hopefully we'll be able to figure it out in this video for you guys. And I don't believe I had any major complaints with the Jeep Cherokees, thankfully. These are special to me, as I did once own an 89 Jeep Cherokee limited two-door. It was quite a nice vehicle to drive for a while. Lots of power. It had the, I think it was the 4.0 six-cylinder, inline six in that one. High output. And it really went. 4-speed auto. So we've got the two Jeeps here. As you can see, there is an accurate grille or face change on this Jeep. We can see that we've got the older kind of square boxed in headlight bezels and grille on the 93 versus the 97, where it got a little bit more rounded and aerodynamic. Other than that, I don't expect there's going to be a lot of differences in the side-by-side body panels and configurations. You can see the front end being quite different in its rake there as well. And the tail lights, well, it looks like they forgot. Well, the reverse lights actually got kind of lost in the white paint of this NYPD version. I think that's all that's happened here with the tail lights. But both are very nicely detailed. And the paint is pretty good on these ones, actually. So that was, well, this one's got a bunch of glue and stuff. I couldn't get that off the roof, so. And then on the hood, too, glue resin all over it. So maybe some sort of solvent would take that off without ruining the paint. I'm not really sure. What do you guys use to attempt to do that if you do so? Let me know in the comments. Nail polish remover, I don't know. I'm worried I'll take the paint off. I probably should be doing some experimentation. We've got this old casting, the 74 Dodge Monaco Las Vegas Metropolitan Police. I pretty much collect every one of these castings that come out, at least one just to have. And this one looks pretty good, actually. A few little nicks and chips. Looks like it probably got dropped or scraped at the factory. Not a huge deal. Nicely detailed car. And crooked, oh, look at that crooked rear tail light. Maybe I can fix that. I don't know. There's always a project when you're dealing with Greenlight. If you're opening these things up and not just holding them at 3 feet from your face in the packaging behind all that plastic, you're bound to notice things like this car doesn't actually roll all that well. It does have an opening hood, but, you know, you gotta have like special tools to do that for the most part. And disappointingly enough, there is a giant chip right in the, right above the G on Dodge. But, oh well, it's not giant. It just looks giant on the camera. once I put it on the shelf, I'll probably forget all about it in 6 months' time. So on to the last one in the bunch. That's the 2015 Nissan GT-R from the Oceanside Police, California. And nice looking little sporty police car. I don't know, do they actually patrol streets with Nissan GT-Rs, or is this more of a gimmick? Is this like the chief's car? Service with pride, really. Your tax dollars hard at work is what I would say. Hard at work if the cops can drive around in a GT-R. I'd be worried about my tax bill. Big, huge scratch on the back window. Unfortunately. Car is pretty good otherwise. Kind of a crooked light bar. Nothing too much to complain about, though. All metal, as usual. This one actually does roll, so that's good. Now we're into the exclusives. Got 3 exclusives left to park next to the vehicles here. And let's start with the 85 Chevy K5 Blazer, NYPD. This one does come complete with the hitch and tow hitch, so you can pull trailers. It's quite beefed up from the previous hitch and tow trailers, or maybe it's just for this one model. Typically, it's just like one single piece of plastic that goes to the back rivet and is glued on, but in this case, it's got quite a beefed up hitch, so I'm not sure if that's a sign of things to come with Greenlight. The back cap is removable, but nicely it does stay in place unless you put it right upside down. Featuring the interior with a real rubber spare tire. And that's because, thankfully, on the Blazer model, it's got these tabs that hold the window kind of in the box. Unlike their 90s Ford Explorer edition casting, which does not have that. Separate cast hood does not open. The paint on this truck is in good shape. There's nothing to complain about, which is awesome. It's always nice to have nothing to complain about. And it does roll pretty good. It's got a bit of a wobble, but again, not a big deal. Let's move on to the 69 Chevrolet C30 Dually Wrecker. I also collect just about every Wrecker that comes out, especially these old Chevys. I think they look great in my diorama junkyard. We've got the Golf livery with a welding tire collision label on the side. And thankfully, no issues with this truck, really. Another separate cast hood that doesn't open. Nice push bar with all the silver rivets painted. Detailed grille and headlights behind that. The wheels, I don't know. I don't really like the white wheels. I think they probably should have been like a little bit more detailed. They just look kind of unfinished to me. So a little bit of paint might help out with that. Kind of treat these like model kits, essentially. You know, fix them up, paint them up a little bit. Best you can. The windows, well, you'd have to drill the rivets out to clean the windows from the inside, but it's possible. You could do that if you were an extreme enthusiast of loose collecting them. I really like all the gear on the back. It is static, but it's in good condition and very nicely detailed with different paints. I mean, check out those reverse lights up there with the silver bezels, red lenses. They've done a great job here, and that's one thing I really do commend Greenlight for, is getting the paint lined up on their models doesn't seem to be a problem at all. Paint printing is just wonderful. Then we've got the Chicago Fire Department 69 Ford Club Wagon. Also a model I collect one each of every paint job that they make, because I really do like big old vans. And realistically, there aren't too many 1/64 scale model makers that are making a large variety of vans. And so this one looks really nice. It's got a nice paint job on it. I like the window treatment with the medical first aid cross and the privacy lines. It's very realistic and thoughtful. Great details all around. All metal. Wheels do appear to roll pretty good. And nicely, it doesn't have a crumpled in front fender as often these vans do have. So you gotta, if you're an opener, watch out for that when you're buying these. They often have issues where the fender contacts the front wheel and actually jams it back, like a forward collision essentially. And that just doesn't allow the vehicle to roll. As you can see, we have an absolutely horrendous scuff mark that is on the surface of the window. And obviously I can't buff that out without using some Meguiar's and some elbow grease perhaps. I don't really know. A buffing wheel maybe on a Dremel. Either way, again, these are like $10 vehicles. It's pretty good for what you get, but, you know, it just doesn't seem like that there's going to be a change in the quality anytime soon, as it has been years of gripes with no change for the Greenlight quality control that I can see. Here and there, I've been fooled and duped, as you'll know from previous videos, thinking that things are all better, but I think I just get lucky every once in a while. And I would say on average, you know, probably 75% of the vehicles are going to have some sort of paint issues. Minor, but it's when you get a glaringly obvious one that makes you kind of regret the purchase that is bad. Thankfully, in this lot, I can say that did not happen. And we got a nice mix of new trucks, postal vans, sports cars, new models, and of course the green machine. That's awesome. Jeep Cherokees. And kudos to the seller. I can't remember who I bought these from. They've been sitting on the floor for a while. But kudos to sellers that don't pre-open the packages and rob them of the green machines just to get some hyper sales activity on those separately. It's nice to keep the thrill of the hunt in the box, especially for those that aren't buying these things at the store, where the same thing can happen. Obviously, you know, sales stock people may take those green machines out and sell them separately in their own accord, buying them on their lunch hour. It happens, but it's nice when you can buy these sealed cases from sellers on eBay and or your local store if you have one. For me, it's a Diecast, and you get a true sealed case. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you thought of it, and hopefully you give me a like. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. Happy hunting.